So, you've seen all the hype about AI. You've heard the wild stories, and now you're asking yourself, how can I actually get a piece of that pie? Well, forget all the complicated roadmaps and the endless guru advice. Today, we are cutting right through the noise with a super simple, totally actionable plan to get you from zero to your very first dollar. Let's dive in.
I mean, look, the potential of AI right now is just massive. It really does feel like this whole new frontier, just packed with creative and financial opportunities. But like any new frontier, just figuring out where to even plant your flag can feel pretty darn intimidating.
And hey, if you're looking at all the different tools, all the advice, all the options, and you're just feeling completely overwhelmed, trust me, you are so not alone. That feeling is the #1 thing that gets people stuck before they even take the first step.
But what if there was a clear path forward, a simple framework to actually guide you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to lay out today, a map that leads you straight through all that complexity.
From a bird's eye view, the whole process is really just 4 steps. First, you pick your tools. Then you use those tools to create some digital assets. After that, you market your work, and finally, you scale up what's working. Sounds simple enough, right? But the real secret, well, it's all in how you start.
And that brings us to the single biggest mistake I see beginners make. They try to learn every single tool, create every type of product, and be on every social media platform, all at the same time. And that is just a surefire recipe for burnout. Your brain can only handle so much new stuff. Trying to learn 3 or 4 new AI tools at once, it just leads to frustration and, honestly, getting nothing done at all.
So here it is, the most crucial piece of advice for you today. Start with 1. Just pick one tool, get really good with it, make your first sale with it, and then, and only then, can you start thinking about adding more. That focus, that is your superpower.
Okay, so keeping that power of 1 principle in mind, let's get super practical. What should you actually do in the next 2 days to kick things off? This is your action plan. For the first 48 hours, your entire goal is to make just 2 simple decisions. Pick 1 tool and 1 niche. That is it. Seriously. After that, you'll just spend a little bit of time learning the ropes and seeing what's already selling out there.
Let's start with that first big decision. You only need to pick 1 tool to start this whole journey. Remember, the goal here is mastery, not collecting a bunch of tools you barely know how to use.
So how do you choose? Well, think about what you naturally enjoy. Are you a writer, a words person? Then check out something like ChatGPT or Claude. Are you more of a visual thinker? Then Midjourney or DALL-E might be your playground. Or maybe you're into audio or video. Then take a look at 11 Labs or Runway. Just pick the category that genuinely excites you and then choose 1 tool from that list to start with. All right, you've got your tool. Awesome. Now for the second critical decision, choosing 1 niche. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A niche, isn't that limiting? But it's actually the opposite. It's all about focusing your energy where it's going to have the biggest impact.
And his quote just nails why that's so important. Look, you're not trying to sell to everybody on the planet. You are trying to solve a very specific problem for a very specific group of people. That is the secret sauce to making your first sale fast. So instead of making fitness guides, you'd make meal prep guides for busy new moms. See the difference? So much more powerful.
And to get your wheels turning, here are some ideas for digital products that are in super high demand right now. You could create an ebook, design social media templates, or heck, even sell prompt packs for the AI tool you literally just picked. Think of these as little sparks to get your imagination going. Okay, let's cover the last piece of your 48-hour plan.
The final task is simple. Do a little bit of exploring. And don't worry, this isn't some complex, boring market analysis. This is more like detective work, getting a feel for what real customers are already happily spending their money on.
So here's what you do. Go to a marketplace like Etsy or Gumroad. Then, search for products in the niche you just chose. See what the best sellers are, read the reviews, what do people love, what are they complaining about. You're not looking for ideas to copy here. You're looking for proof that people actually want to buy this kind of stuff. And that information is pure gold.
And that's it. That's your first 48 hours done. By the end of it, no, you won't have a finished product ready to sell, but you know what you will have? Something way more valuable. You'll have clarity, and you'll have momentum. And if there's one thing to take away from all of this, it's this. Your goal here is not to create the perfect plan. Your goal is simply to take action. An imperfect decision that actually gets you moving is 1,000,000 times better than just staying stuck, trying to analyze everything forever.
Because at the end of the day, momentum really is everything.
Once you start rolling, it is so much easier to keep on rolling. So the only question left is, what's the one tool and one niche you're going to choose today?